In 1961, the average British housewife spent less than £8 a week running an entire household, feeding a family of 5, keeping the house spotless, mending clothes, and stretching every single penny until it screamed. Today we spend that amount on a bottle of specialist bathroom cleaner and a pack of scented bin bags. Number 17 on this list was so effective that cleaning product companies literally changed their formulas to make you forget it existed. And number 5, a trick your grandmother did every single week, was exposed in a Sheffield University study from 2019 as outperforming a £40 product you probably have under your sink right now. These 30 hacks were not life hacks. They were just life. The way things were done before Sillet Bang hired a shouty man to convince you that limescale required military-grade chemicals. Before Febreze told you that fresh air was not good enough. Before an entire industry was built on the simple idea that your grandmother did not know what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing. And the proof is that her house was cleaner, her clothes lasted longer, and she did it all for a fraction of what you spend today. Hit subscribe, because what you are about to hear might just put money back in your pocket. Let us count down the 30 forgotten British home hacks that will save you your hard-earned cash. Number 30. Newspaper for streak-free windows. Before Windoline and Mr. Muscle came along, every housewife in Britain cleaned her windows with scrunched-up newspaper and a splash of vinegar and water. The ink acted as a mild abrasive, and the dense paper fibers left zero lint behind. A bucket of warm water, a capful of malt vinegar, and yesterday's Daily Mirror. That was the entire kit. Windows came up so clear the neighbours thought you had replaced the glass. A newspaper cost £2. A bottle of branded glass cleaner costs £3.50 today and leaves streaks if you so much as breathe on it. Net curtain twitchers on every street could spot a lazy window from 50 yards. Your mother's reputation depended on those panes gleaming, and newspaper never once let her down. Number 29. Salt on red wine spills. The moment red wine hit the carpet, your Nan reached for the salt cellar, not the panic. She poured a thick mound of table salt directly onto the wet stain, left it for 10 minutes, then swept it up. The salt crystals absorbed the wine before it could set into the fibers. A bag of Saxa cost about 4p and lived in every kitchen. No specialist carpet stain remover needed. No calling in professionals. The trick worked because salt is hygroscopic, pulling moisture towards itself. Modern stain removers cost £6 a bottle and still tell you to blot first. Your grandmother skipped straight to the solution. Number 28. Bread to pick up broken glass. When a glass shattered on the kitchen floor, your mum did not crawl around with a dustpan hoping to catch every sliver. She pressed a thick slice of white bread over the area. The soft crumb picked up every invisible splinter that the broom missed. A slice of Hovis cost less than a penny. An A&E visit for a glass shard in your foot cost the NHS considerably more. This trick appeared in Women's Institute pamphlets as early as 1948, and it was considered common sense in every household. Today, people vacuum and pray. Number 27. Vinegar for descaling the kettle. That furry white build-up inside your kettle? Your grandmother never once bought a branded descaler. She filled the kettle halfway with equal parts water and malt vinegar, boiled it, left it overnight, then rinsed. The limescale dissolved completely. In hard water areas like London and the southeast, she did this monthly. A bottle of Sarsens cost 6p. Those little sachets of kettle descaler cost £3 for 3 sachets. The chemistry is identical. Acetic acid dissolves calcium carbonate. Your Nan did not need a chemistry degree. She just knew. Number 26. bicarbonate of soda for smelly drains. When the kitchen sink started giving off that damp, rotten smell, there was no need for Mr. Muscle Sink Unblocker. Half a cup of bicarbonate of soda down the plug hole, followed by half a cup of vinegar. It would fizz and bubble like a school science experiment. Leave it 30 minutes, then flush with boiling water from the kettle. The chemical reaction broke down grease and food residue that caused the smell. A box of bicarbonate cost about 8p and sat in every pantry. This trick also worked on bath drains, outdoor drains, and that mysterious smell behind the washing machine that nobody wanted to investigate. Number 25. Cold tea for cleaning wood furniture. Your grandmother never bought furniture polish for everyday cleaning. She brewed a pot of tea, let it go cold, then wiped wooden surfaces with a cloth wrung out in the cold tea. The tannins in the tea enhanced the color of dark wood, left a subtle shine, and picked up dust without leaving residue. For the mahogany sideboard and the oak dining table, cold tea was the weekly treatment. A box of PG tips cost about 1 and 6 and served double duty. Mr. Sheen arrived in 1969, and suddenly everyone forgot that tea did the same job for free. Number 24. Lemon halves for brass and copper. The brass letterbox, the copper-bottomed pans, the fireplace fender. Your Nan kept them gleaming with nothing but half a lemon dipped in salt. She rubbed the cut side over tarnished brass, and the citric acid combined with the salt to dissolve oxidation in seconds. A quick rinse, a buff with a dry cloth, and the brass shone like new. Lemons cost about 3p each. A tin of Brasso cost 1 shilling and 6p. The lemon worked faster and smelled better. Some women saved spent lemon halves from cooking specifically for this job. Nothing was wasted, not even the cleaning supplies. Number 23. Brown paper and a warm iron for wax spills. Candle wax on the tablecloth was not a disaster. Your mum laid a sheet of brown paper over the wax spot, pressed a warm iron on top, and the wax melted straight into the paper. Lift it, move the paper to a clean section, and press again. Gone. No scraping, and no damage to the fabric, no specialist treatment. Brown paper came free with every parcel from the butcher or the grocer. This technique worked on carpets, wooden tables, and even clothing. Your grandmother removed candle wax from her best Sunday tablecloth in under 3 minutes, without leaving a trace. Number 22. Washing soda for everything. Before the cleaning aisle stretched half the length of Tesco, there was washing soda. One product. Soda crystals. Your grandmother used it to clean floors, unblock drains, strip grease from oven trays, soak work clothes, and scrub the outside step until it gleamed white. A box of dry pack cost about 9p and lasted weeks. She dissolved a handful in hot water, and that solution cleaned the entire house. The modern cleaning industry sells you 17 different products for 17 different surfaces, but your grandmother used one. And her house was cleaner than yours. Number 21. Potato water for silverware. After boiling potatoes for tea, your Nan never poured that starchy water down the drain. She saved it, let it cool, then soaked tarnished silver cutlery in it for 30 minutes. The starch loosened the tarnish, and a quick polish with a soft cloth brought the silver back to life. This trick appeared in household management books dating back to the 1930s. The water cost nothing, because you were making dinner anyway. Silver polish cost 2 shillings a tin. Your grandmother turned wastewater into a cleaning product without spending a penny. Number 20. Bread poultice for splinters. When a child came running in with a splinter too deep to reach with tweezers, your Nan did not panic. She soaked a small piece of bread in warm milk, pressed it over the splinter, and wrapped it with a strip of old sheet. Left overnight, The warm bread poultice drew the splinter to the surface by morning. A technique passed down through generations of mothers who could not afford the doctor for every small injury. By the 1950s, this was standard first aid in homes across Britain. It was simple, gentle, and it worked. Number 19. Egg whites for leather shoes. Your grandfather kept his Sunday shoes mirror bright with a trick that cost nothing. He separated an egg white, beat it slightly, and applied it to clean leather with a soft cloth. As it dried, the albumin proteins formed a clear, glossy coating that repelled water and held a shine all day. A quick buff, and those shoes looked freshly polished. Egg whites were free when you were baking. Cherry blossom shoe polish cost 9p a tin. On a working man's wage, that mattered. First pattern break. Here is where things get interesting. The products under your kitchen sink right now probably cost you between £40 and £60 to replace. Oven cleaner, drain unblocker, glass cleaner, bathroom spray, floor cleaner, limescale remover, stainless steel polish, mold spray. Your grandmother achieved the same results with 5 items: vinegar, bicarbonate of soda, washing soda, lemon juice, and salt. Total cost in the 1950s was about 2 shillings. Total cost today is roughly £4. A study published by Sheffield Hallam University in 2019 tested common household acids, including acetic acid from vinegar, against branded limescale removers. The vinegar performed comparably in all tests. The researchers noted that marketing, not chemistry, explained the price difference. The cleaning industry is worth over £3.5 billion a year in the UK alone. That money comes from somewhere. It comes from you forgetting what your grandmother already knew. Number 18. Soapy water spray for greenfly. When aphids attacked the roses, your Nan did not drive to the garden centre for pesticide. She grated a stub of fairy household soap into warm water, poured it into a recycled spray bottle, and misted the affected plants. The soapy film suffocated the greenfly without harming the plant. A bar of soap cost 3p and lasted months. This trick appeared in every allotment handbook and Women's Institute gardening pamphlet from the 1940s onwards. Chemical pesticides arrived in the 1960s, and garden centres made a fortune selling products that did the same job a penny bar of soap already handled. Number 17. Buttermilk for ink stains. Spilled ink on a school shirt was a weekly crisis in the days of fountain pens. Your grandmother soaked the stain in buttermilk overnight. The lactic acid broke down the ink compounds, and by morning the stain lifted out in the wash. Buttermilk cost about 4p a pint from the dairy. When ballpoint pens replaced fountain pens, this trick faded from memory. It still works on biro, marker pen, and fabric dye. The stain removal industry would rather you did not know that. Number 16. Newspaper for shoe drying. Wet shoes came home from school every day between October and March. Your mum stuffed them tight with balled-up newspaper and left them by the back door overnight. The newspaper absorbed the moisture, and the shoes were dry by morning without cracking or warping from direct heat. She never put shoes on the radiator. The heat dried the leather too fast and split it. Newspaper drew moisture out slowly and evenly. A free solution that preserved shoes costing 2 weeks' pocket money. The modern equivalent is a £15 electric shoe dryer that does the same thing worse. Number 15. Rubbing a walnut on wood scratches. When the dining table got scratched, your Nan did not buy wood filler or call a furniture restorer. She rubbed a shelled walnut along the scratch. The natural oils in the nut filled the groove and darkened to match the surrounding wood. 1 walnut. 5 seconds. Invisible repair. This trick worked on mahogany, oak, and teak. It still works now, and a bag of walnuts costs less than a tube of wood filler. Number 14. Stale bread for cleaning wallpaper. Those delicate patterned wallpapers that covered every parlor wall could not be scrubbed with water. Your grandmother used the inside of a stale loaf, pressing the soft crumb against the wall and rolling it gently. The bread picked up soot, dust, and fingerprints without damaging the pattern. In homes heated by coal fires, wallpaper blackened quickly. This was a fortnightly ritual. The bread was already stale and destined for the birds. Your grandmother gave it one last job before it went out the back door. Number 13. White candle on sticky drawers. When wooden drawers were stuck and jammed, your granddad rubbed a white candle along the runners. The wax acted as a lubricant, and the drawer slid smooth. No WD-40 needed. No taking the whole chest apart. Candle stubs were saved specifically for this job, kept in a tin in the shed alongside string, screws, and rubber bands. That tin of oddments fixed more problems than any trip to the hardware shop. Number 12. Milk bottle tops for scouring. Before Brillo pads, your Nan collected the foil tops from milk bottles, scrunched them into a tight ball, and used them to scrub baked-on food from pans and oven trays. The foil was abrasive enough to shift grease, but soft enough not to scratch enamel. Every household had a ball of compressed milk bottle tops sitting by the sink. The milkman delivered for free. The scouring pad was free. The cleaning industry later sold you the same concept in a branded steel wool pad for $1 and $6. Second pattern break. Notice the pattern here? Every single one of these hacks uses something you already have in the house. Bread, lemons, salt, newspaper, candle stubs, potato water, tea. Your grandmother's cleaning cupboard was her kitchen cupboard. She did not have a separate aisle of products for every surface. She had common sense and 20 years of experience passed down from her own mother. The companies that replaced this knowledge did not invent better solutions. They invented better marketing. Procter & Gamble spent £247 million on UK advertising in 2022 alone. That is the cost of making you forget that vinegar cleans glass. Number 11. Toothpaste on scuffed shoes. White plimsolls and scuffed patent leather both responded to the same trick. A dab of plain white toothpaste on a damp cloth, rubbed in small circles, removed scuff marks and restored the surface. Your mum did this every Sunday night before the school week started. A tube of Colgate cost about 1 shilling and cleaned both teeth and shoes. The abrasive in toothpaste, usually calcium carbonate, is gentle enough for enamel but effective on leather and rubber. No specialist shoe cleaner required. Number 10. Hairspray for ink on fabric. Before stain removers lined the supermarket shelves, your mum sprayed Elnet directly onto biro marks on school shirts, left it for 5 minutes, then washed them as normal. The alcohol in the hairspray dissolved the ink. A can of Elnet cost about 2 shillings and lasted months. This trick circulated through school gates and mothers' meetings like contraband intelligence. It worked because ballpoint ink is alcohol-soluble. Your grandmother did not know the chemistry, she just knew it worked. Number 9. Rice in the salt cellar. Damp British weather turned table salt into a solid lump inside every salt cellar in the country. Your Nan dropped 3 or 4 grains of dry rice into the cellar, and the rice absorbed the moisture, keeping the salt flowing freely. A trick so small it barely registers as clever until you realize it saved replacing clogged salt every week. The rice cost nothing. It sat there quietly doing its job for months. Some families still do this. Most have forgotten. Number 8. Oats in the bath for itchy skin. When children came out in heat rash, chickenpox, or eczema flare-ups, your Nan tied a handful of porridge oats in a muslin cloth and dropped it into the bath water. The oats released a milky, soothing liquid that calmed inflamed skin without any cream or medication. This remedy predates modern dermatology, but the science backs it up entirely. Colloidal oatmeal is now the active ingredient in a Vino moisturizer, which costs £8 a bottle. Your Nan achieved the same result with a penny's worth of Scott's porridge oats and an old handkerchief. Number 7. Sugar soap before painting. Before you painted a room, your granddad washed every wall with sugar soap dissolved in warm water. It stripped grease, nicotine stains, and grime, giving the new paint a clean surface to grip. A box of sugar soap cost 1 shilling and prepared an entire house. Skipping this step meant paint peeling within months. Modern primers and preparation products cost 10 times as much and still recommend cleaning first. Your granddad's generation never skipped preparation. That is why their paintwork lasted 20 years, and yours starts flaking after 3 years. Number 6. Used tea bags on tired eyes. 2 cold, used tea bags placed over closed eyes for 15 minutes reduced puffiness and dark circles. Your mum did this before every wedding, christening, and night out. The tannins in the tea constricted blood vessels and reduced swelling. The caffeine tightened the skin. A beauty treatment that cost absolutely nothing because the tea bags were already used. Today, under-eye patches cost between £5 and £30 for a box of 6. The active ingredients were caffeine and plant tannins, the same as the tea bag. Number 5. Vinegar rinse for shiny hair. After washing hair, your Nan poured a jug of cold water with a splash of vinegar over it as a final rinse. The vinegar sealed the hair cuticle, stripped soap residue, and left hair shining. Apple cider vinegar worked best, but malt vinegar did the job. A bottle cost 6pence. Modern clarifying shampoos cost £9 and do the same thing with added fragrance. This trick was standard in every British household until conditioner appeared in the 1970s. The Sheffield Hallam study referenced earlier also noted that dilute acetic acid effectively removes mineral buildup from hair, confirming what your Nan knew 50 years before the research was published. Number 4. Freezing candles before use. Your mum stored dinner candles in the freezer for 24 hours before a special occasion. Frozen candles burned slower and dripped less. The cold wax took longer to reach melting point, extending burn time by up to 1/3. A box of household candles cost about 1 shilling. Getting an extra hour from each one mattered when you were watching every penny. This trick never appeared in any advertisement because candle companies would rather you burned through them faster and bought more. Number 3. Boiling water on weeds. When weeds sprouted between paving slabs, your granddad poured the leftover water from the kettle directly onto them. The boiling water killed the weeds right down to the root within hours. No chemicals. No spraying, no risk to pets or children playing in the garden. A kettle of water cost a fraction of a penny in electricity. A bottle of weed killer cost 3 shillings and came with warnings about keeping animals away for 48 hours. Council parks departments across Britain still use hot water treatment for weeds on paths and playgrounds. Your granddad was ahead of the entire industry. Number 2. Keeping a rag bag. Every household had a rag bag hanging on the back of the kitchen door. Old shirts, worn-out sheets, retired tea towels, all cut into squares and kept for cleaning, polishing, mopping up spills, and applying wax. Nothing was thrown away if it still had use as a cloth. A single cotton shirt could yield 12 cleaning rags. Today, we buy disposable cloths, kitchen roll by the armful, and single-use wipes that clog the sewers. The British rag bag was the original zero-waste system, decades before anyone thought to put it on a podcast. Your grandmother was not being frugal. She was being sensible. Number 1. darning socks. The wooden darning mushroom sat in every sewing basket in Britain. When a sock wore through at the heel, your Nan did not throw it away. She stretched it over the mushroom, threaded a needle with matching wool, and wove a patch directly into the fabric. A pair of socks cost about 1 shilling and sixpence in 1955. Darning wool cost 3p a card and repaired 10 pairs. The mended sock lasted another 6 months. Today we throw away 300 million pairs of socks every year in the UK alone. That is landfill. That is money. That is a skill your grandmother had in her fingers that we let vanish because Primark sells 5 pairs for £2. But here is the thing. Your Nan's darned socks fit better, lasted longer, and cost less per wear than anything you can buy on the high street today. The darning mushroom was not a symbol of poverty. It was proof that looking after what you had was smarter than replacing it. Here is my challenge. Pick 3 from this list. Just 3. The vinegar for the kettle, the newspaper for windows, the walnut on a scratch. Try them this week. Then come back here and tell me your grandmother was wrong. I have tried them. My kettle is spotless. My windows have not looked this clean since I moved in, and I have not bought a single cleaning product in 6 weeks. Share which 3 you are going to try in the comments. I want to know if the newspaper trick gets more love than the oat bath. I want to know if anyone else's grandmother kept a rag bag on the kitchen door, because these were not hacks. They were how Britain ran a household for 100 years before marketing departments told us we needed something better. We did not. Your grandmother knew. Now you know too.